5,045 pounds. This is the ultra popular Rockwood 2509S at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you'd like to see if we have this in stock, what we are asking, how is equipped, lengths, tank capacities, etc., please either give our team a call, visit our website, visit our dealership, or visit the link in the video description, because that will take you to the Haylet RV website where you'll see exactly what we have, what we're asking, without that pesky hidden fee burden that seems to come with most dealerships. So this is a very new addition to Rockwood's floor plan lineup in the scheme of things, and it very quickly became, if it's not the #1 selling mini Lite, it's real close to it. Now this is a nice big deep dinette slide bunkhouse Murphy bed outside kitchen model. If you like every word in that sentence except the word bunkhouse, then you need to look at the 2507S Rockwood Mini Lite here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan, because that is the couples camping offset to this little critter. Rockwood is the #1 selling Ultralite. I think it's just #1 selling laminated product, period, in the United States here. So, and it has been for, I don't even know how many consecutive years. I lost count. I looked it up earlier and I forgot already. Many years in a row. Why? Why are they so dominant at what they do? I think a lot of it is they do it different. They do it different from everyone else. If you relate trim packages or equipment packages in a camper to the trim packages of a car, LS, LT, LX. Most lightweights, most trailers, period, stop at the LT segment. Rockwood's one of the few that goes the LS, and it's currently, the wind is kicking up, and it's like it's a warm day, and I got a cold wind coming in. I don't know if we got a storm blowing in or what, so pardon me if I seem a little distracted. I'm making sure I don't have a tornado landing on my head right now. Thankfully, everything looks clear enough so far. The one that we have in stock probably is similar to this, at least in most respects, but could be different because we've got some options present here, like the full skin color package is an option. There's some things inside. You got a power tongue jack, a power awning. That's not standard stuff. That's stuff that we've added to this, like the grill station. Oh, not the grill station, but the actual grill itself. So again, the one in stock could be different from this. Rockwood came up with a way to overcome the one main deficiency with a Murphy bed. And that is, it is basically a hard side hybrid in logic terms, in that it has, generally speaking, no outside storage to speak of. Nothing worth, other than maybe a couple little side side saddle pockets. Obviously, they have full pass-through storage here because they made this pass through the under sofa area. I gotta collect my thoughts. This weather's got me all discombobulated. Now, you notice we've got the nicer one-hand operating magnetic latches here. Late in the previous generation of these, the Mini Lites began to have an enclosed underbelly here, which is nice for that extra seasonal protection. Another thing that I think separates the Rockwoods is just the construction. Historically, these have been purely laminated, all aluminum framed. In the recent history, they went away from a laminated floor. Mostly because in their bigger floor plans, like in the Rockwood Signature series, they had so many island kitchen floor plans that their floor had like no insulation because it was all aluminum tubing. And the only hiccup with aluminum tubing is it has an insulation gap because it's hollow. So they went to a constructed floor. You've got 2x3 still aluminum floor studs, 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor decking with batten insulation stuff between them. That's also a nice way in a lot of floor plans to run heat plenums and heat ducting in English. But other than that, front wall, roof, sidewalls, slide walls, they're all still fully structurally laminated. It means they're insulated. A non-laminated slide wall, it's not the end of the world, necessarily. It could be built like crap, but it might not. But the thing is, with a laminated wall like this on a Rockwood, you know. Now, this is something very old school Forest River-y that Rockwood is still into. And I think part of that is because they have some of the oldest blood at Forest River. Interesting note, Rockwood actually predates Forest River. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Forest River is the merger of two companies, Cobra and Rockwood. So Rockwood's literally older than Forest River, its parent company. So they do a lot of these old school things because most of those old school people are still around. Stuff like slide out storage like this. This is the under dinette storage. And look at this under here. Even the dinette skeleton is double-sided welded It's not wood constructed. You see wood fascia, but that's not structure. That's just fascia. You know, you can get to the rear bench storage from the top, but you can also get to it from the back here. And again, boop, easy one-hand latches. Just simpler, easier to operate. Rockwood suspension is vastly different from industry standard. Most lightweights, if they have any level of upgraded suspension, they're using a wide track axle system, which is fine. It's definitely nice. But I will say I am the most impressed with this style of suspension. You have four-wheel independent torsion suspension, not just torsion axles, but a rubber shock dampening suspension system with four-wheel independent travel. They're not leaf sprung together. Now over here, we've got our centralized hookup station, outside shower, not just a spray port, but a hot and cold shower. Really good for hosing off grandkids or kids or whatever. Or just, I don't know, you clean some fish over here. Black tank flush and an antifreeze inlet, which is really uncommon. That way, when it is winterization time here in the Midwest and in many parts of the country, you don't necessarily need to run the sticky bottles of pink antifreeze through the camper, and they better be pink. If you're putting green antifreeze in your camper, you are poisoning your family, by the way. Side windows, frameless. And that means they can tilt open for ventilation. Slide side windows are still sliding panels to get maximum airflow, because if you have a tilt open panel and you run the slide in, you're gonna have a bad day. Okay. If you look up top, you see that black fin sticking up. This has the larger fifth wheel max air fan in the bathroom to give you better airflow. And I mentioned it's the same fan, like a fifth wheel fan. It's the same fan they use in their fifth wheels. I mentioned how they changed the construction of the floor of this camper because it's what they did in their bigger models. Rockwood builds one way, with the exception of the teeny tiny GeoPros, but those are a niche product. Their core market stuff, there is one construction method. They don't build something better. They don't build something worse. The cabinetry is all the same. The only thing that changes here is just the amenity level. But even here at Rockwood's base amenity level, it's still higher than what is optional in basically anybody else. And I'll take the Pepsi challenge on that. Other campers have good features. I carry a number of brands here, and they're great. They're all great in their own way. But this is the most highly equipped lightweight on the market, effectively. How about that? Maximum size, power awning. They couldn't put a bigger power awning on this thing. And it covers the outside kitchen, it covers the TV and grill station, it covers the entry door. I mean, it's full coverage on this side of the camper. Now the ladder on the back gets you up to that no-flex walk-on laminated roof. It's crowned inside, it's crowned outside, it's very structurally intact. Let's look at our outside kitchen here. Again, those neat little magnetic lock baggage doors. This is a telescoping kitchen extension. What's cool about that is when it telescopes, that allows them to actually run some plumbing in here. So this is a real sink with a real drain into a gray tank, not to the ground. It's not a dog dish. Outside cooktop. Now we have, on this specific camper, we've added the outside grill. And I know that because you get this little work table, or little serving platter table with it. Now you notice how there's room on both sides of this mounting beam right here. This can hold the grill and the table at the same time. Now it's filthy because it's a windy dust bowl out here right now. It'll get cleaned before you take it home. Remember how I said no hidden fees at Haylett RV? That includes stuff like cleaning the camper and quality checking it. You don't get charged extra for that. You don't get charged extra for freight here. I mean, those things have to happen. So we just go ahead and knock the price out and get it right out front for you. So the TV that's inside can dismount, remount out here. That's why you have TV hookups. And a neat little thing on the Rockwood side mount grill station is your propane connection is on the side of the trailer, not below the skirt where it can get exposed to dirt and debris. Triple entry step instead of a double. And that also means that these have a little better ground clearance than a lot of lightweights. The Wi-Fi Ranger, you see this orange Wi-Fi looking sticker over here. What is it? I've done a video on that to give you full information, but in short, it's a router. It's like a signal amplifier. It makes it a little bit easier to keep your mobile devices in contact with like weak park Wi-Fi or things like little cell phone air cars. I got to do a battery swap. We'll meet you back inside. All right, so as I indicated, outside of the RV, this could look very different. It could be equipped the same as the one we have in stock, and it could look very different. Rockwood's one of the only manufacturers that doesn't just give you fabric decor choices. They give you a different choice in flooring. Like we've opted for the wood print floor. It's still a laminate flooring, but it looks like wood planks. It looks awesome. And the maple wood tones. They also have a darker driftwood. Neat thing, when you upgrade to the maple wood tones, you actually get solid maple hardwood cabinet doors. And if you're worried about me like banging on the slide walls and the cabinets and stuff, you really need to worry about the campers I don't punch, because those are the ones that maybe don't have that level of construction. I can't hurt this trailer. I can't. So, we'll come back to the dinette. One thing I want to point out, this slide out, if you watch where the slide header goes, it actually encompasses this little welcome back pantry space right here. This is bonus storage space right here. Other brands don't typically give you. Rockwood extended the slide to do that. Now this is also adjustable shelving, which is why there's a hanging rod in there. So that can be extra closet space, pantry space, any space, whatever space you want for your space. This is the Moca Decor, by the way. Mochaccino, Frappuccino, Al Pacino, whatever. It's the brown, basically. Now, you look at it, and it looks like leatherette. You gotta touch it. It's got cloth touch. It's actually called microfiber. Really cool stuff. You're going to watch this material catch on like wildfire in luxury fifth wheels. I guarantee that. Up front here, this is the business end of the camper. Now, this is not a trick camera lens. This is a 2.5-inch vaulted ceiling. They have a vaulted laminated roof, which is just painfully uncommon in this business. But they needed special equipment to do that. Rockwood was willing to make the investment. So, during the day, you've got the same living space and furniture arrangement as a super slide camper. But you're getting it in drastically less weight, money, cost. Well, cost and money are the same thing. I'm an idiot. So weight, money, and length. There we go. Those are the three things I was looking for. Almost, I got smoke coming out of my ears. But during the day, most people don't need a separate front bedroom. And I know some people want that. The only glitch with Murphy beds is you do have limited privacy. So if what you're looking for is a private bunkhouse, then you give us a call here at Haylitz. We only carry like 38 different series of trailers. I've got something that'll work for you for sure. But if that's not high on your priority list, you get 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack with a Murphy bed. It's like 2 floor plans in one camper. So let's look at it. We've got big stands. By having the pass-through storage under the sofa, these side stands that they built up to accommodate for that function inside as a nice little place to set a plate, set a drink, whatever. Or set your phone and charge it. And on this side, speaking of the phone charging, you've got the perfect little charging arrangement right there. Now, someone's going to be like, oh my god, I can see daylight from inside. It's because I left a baggage door open on the outside. That's how campers work, guys. Don't have a heart attack. There's an extra vent above the front bed up here, which is great for airflow, especially since it's a vaulted ceiling. That's the highest point of the ceiling. That's the most logical place for heat to exhaust. Now, when you're ready to bunk down for the night, it takes one little chicken arm like mine and like maybe 10 seconds. Alakazam, you're camping, man. That's all it takes. Now, the neat thing about the Rockwood Murphy bed, where they have really perfected it better than most, pretty much anybody at this point. There's other similar Murphy bed designs. They were copied off the Rockwood. This is the Murphy bed trendsetter of the business, period. So, it's a one-piece heated mattress. It's the whole bed flips up and down. It comes with a handy little strap so you can strap your bedding down. You might need to straighten it up a little bit, but you don't have to make a bed every morning, every night. You just don't have to do that. Now, when you're ready to put it away, they've made a change over previous models. It now locks in the down position. That's what that little strap is over there. I guarantee you someone's going to come through our lot here, refuse to find a salesman or refuse to have a salesman assist them, which is fine. You're welcome to visit our dealership, and you don't have to be escorted with a salesman, like on a leash or anything like that. But we do ask, if something doesn't seem like it's working, please ask and don't break stuff. Someone's going to lift one of these and break it, I promise. But you folks, you're watching my video. You're going to know better. You're going to be a little better educated. All you have to do, you grab this little handle here. You pull out. You hear that lock. You don't even have to yank it like I did. It's not hard. And then you just lift. It's one-handable because they have big assist struts built right into this thing to make life super duper easy and simple. And then kind of the same thing. They spend a little extra money to include the little pull straps where the other guys don't. And it's not that the pull strap is the reason to buy a Rockwood at Haylett RV as compared to other brands. It's just that it's nice. It's easy. This is a recreational vehicle. Recreation. Fun. It's part of the word. technically 2 words. Anyway, so this is an oversized countertop extension, and it's the same solid surface material that you get in the rest of the kitchen here. We'll come back to the kitchen in just a moment. When you're sitting in your front living area, one thing Rockwood did that is really interesting, and I think needs to catch on further in this business, is the position of the entertainment center. It's in what you'd think to be a weird spot. But look at it. It's actually the most logical position because the TV can swing, it can face the bed, it can face the front sofa. It's perfectly visible from the dinette. You can kind of half crank it and it can be visible from the sofa and the dinette at the same time. Everybody gets a good shot at this thing. And remember, it can even dismount and go outside. So you're looking at it though and you're thinking, yeah, but storage. You killed my storage to get this. No, we didn't. All that storage and more is over here. This is where a lot of brands would normally put their entertainment center. But since Rockwood moved the TV, you now have a really big pantry space here. And don't forget, my friends, you've got that extra pantry space over there. You didn't lose anything. You've even got overhead storage within the slide out. And by the way, all the cabinetry, it's not just hardwood raised doors and everything. It's all pocket screwed. It's screwed and tattooed. It's going to last longer. Thank you, Gristle, for that little phrase there. So I talked about how the ceiling's vaulted, but I haven't talked about how it's got a double ducted AC system just like their fifth wheels. But if you've been paying attention, you know it's because they build everything the same way at Rockwood. This is the same roof construction and AC ducting system they use in the highest level Rockwood signature fifth wheels. You get the same thing right here. Entertainment. You can get a free app on any smartphone, basically Bluetooth or Bluetooth enabled, Android, iPhone, whatever. Sync your phone right up to this thing, turn your phone into a remote control. Obviously makes it easy for streaming music. You can charge a phone off this, but this floor plan doesn't really have a good shelf for accommodating that. That's sort of a secondary benefit of it. Now, I said we'd come back to the kitchen. Let's do that now while we're in this area. Standard, Rockwood has solid surface countertops. That's not even an option in almost all Ultralites. So, again, what is standard in a Rockwood surpasses what is even optional in other brands. That's what I was talking about when I said LS, LT, LX trim packages. Rockwood is the true LX of the business. Now, one of the interesting ways that we like to build ours, and this is not normal, most guys don't build them this way, but we actually go camping at Haylett RV, and you may want it built different, but notice we don't build ours with an oven. That's a conscious decision that we actually do here. And it's not to be cheap, because we've added things like the skin color package and stuff. We've added plenty of options to this. It's because storage. And almost nobody uses an oven, but 100% of everybody uses cabinet storage space. This is better for more people. Now, if you are the one who doesn't like this, don't worry about it. You give us a call, you tell us how you want yours built, and we'll build you one like that. We will do that, happily so. You'll notice too, not particle board drawers, but big full extension plywood constructed drawers. And there's 3 of them. A lot of lightweights, you're lucky if you get 2. Now the bunks. They did something different with the bunks here. They created an easy access, like flip up cargo space. So all those extra totes and bags and all that stuff, guys, this is just the best place to put it. There's a little bullet latch. It's the same kind of latch that holds the bed in the up position when it's bouncing down the road at 70 miles an hour. It gets the job done. Not a problem here. So you've got this cargo space. Behind that wall, remember, is your outside kitchen. Now, another neat thing Rockwood does is they're using a lot thicker bunk mats than this. I think Jayco's are about the only other ones using something that thick, which is nice. But again, you're talking 2 different, more premier level units here. But again, there's so many other things they've done in here that it's not that it's inappropriate to compare Rockwoods to other things. It's just that it's inappropriate to compare Rockwoods to other things. But notice here, they're including a ladder. Most manufacturers don't do that. Now, I've heard manufacturers cite reasons like liability, but frankly, it's cost. They're trying to manage cost, and they're hoping that you're going to throw the kid in the upper bunk. And I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong, but it's not how I would like it, and I like that there's a ladder in here, you know? The way I like things isn't necessarily the way this business is done, but I'm just one nerd with a camera, you know? There's only so much I can do here. So we talked about how there's aluminum construction under the dinette, but notice too, both sides of this have really easy access drawers, so you don't have to like tear apart the dinette. So you can get to the back storage, well, from the back, obviously, from the outside, and you can get to the inside storage from the drawers. Now, This is a free-floating dining table. You could take it outside for picnic use to leave this open like a lounge. You could probably fold it down for like a coffee table here. This might get a little tight, but you could still get past it okay. You know, it's very functional. Obviously, that can fold down into a bed, and that's what's cool about this. Grandpas and grandmas, well, I mean, you've already got all the sleeping over here, but if you got to sleep 8 people in a little bitty thing because you have a super limited toe capacity, this is how you do it. There you go. Slide side windows as well. That's worth pointing out. Now, even little accent lights in Rockwoods are LED. You got to watch that stuff in a lot of brands. They'll make your main cabin LEDs, but they'll make supplementary lights, not LED, basically. Now, what do we... Oh, bathroom. Look at this little detail crap like this. I mean, this is just awesome. Instead of having a bathroom door that could just smash against the cabinetry, they give it one of those handy little flapper, stopper things. That's a scientific name, by the way. I just coined that. You can't have it. I copyrighted it. Moving on. I've had people say, wow, you have amazing self-restraint only hitting it once. It ain't easy, guys. It's not easy only hitting that one time, but that's a sacrifice I make for you folks at home. That's the advantage we have here at Haylett RV. Discipline. Moving on. Bigger fan. I talked about that on the outside, but it's nice to see it inside, and you can leave that open because it does have that roof vent cover. Now, between the little vault on the ceiling and that skylight, this is pretty tall person friendly. If you're 6 foot or more, you should get by just fine in here. Plenty of legroom in front of the stool, plenty of room to get dressed. Nice sink to get all washed up in with extended counter space. And look at that. Even building in the nice little toothbrush holders and a real medicine cabinet. Not just a mirror, you know? Extra little things. Now, let me back up a little bit. When the slide for this floor plan comes in, it does pretty much pinch this off. But if you're smart when you're traveling, you should have this table down so it doesn't bounce around. So it's not hard to kind of get over the table and snake back to the bathroom if it's a real quick emergency or like a travel emergency or something like that. Talked about a lot of good things on this one. And remember, like I said, there's a lot of good campers out there. But this is the #1 seller of its kind for good reason. You know, what more do you want in a little camper? Man, it just nails everything that matters, and then so much more. And that's kind of the story here at Haylett RV. We do everything that matters and so much more. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery. Doesn't matter what it is, guys. This is on wheels, and I don't care where you live. You give us a chance to put a deal together, you'd be surprised what we'll come up with. We don't like losing deals. That's how we became the largest standalone RV dealer in the state of Michigan, which is a huge state for RV sales, by the way. So with that, I thank you for your time. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.